This male black-throated blue warbler was a stunning sight to see with his bold black, white, and blue body colors. I rarely find black-throated blue warblers here in the driftless region since they nest quite a ways east of the area, mostly in the Appalachian Mountains and then moving north into New England. They do have a small strip of habitat that they nest in the Great Lakes region too, extending just into the, you might say, the arrowhead of Minnesota. And that may be where this male came from here. In those areas, they like a mixture of deciduous and conifer trees, and they typically are found in quite dense vegetation. Nice for us. If you do see one, they're usually fairly low to the ground. They don't like to forage high in the treetops like most warblers. This guy is on his way to Cuba or Puerto Rico for the winter. These white elfin saddles are a delightful find if you are lucky enough to spot them down on the forest floor now in the late summer and autumn. They are only 1 to 2 inches high, so they are not real easy to see, especially since they're often partially buried in the leaf litter. The white elfin saddles are likely mycorrhizal with oak trees, which means that their mycelium ties into the oak tree roots and they share nutrients and sugars. I'm not sure whether it's oaks, but I often find them near oak trees, so that would be a good place to start your search. Anyway, these little white elfin saddles here have a cap that kind of is saddle-shaped, I guess you might say, if you use your imagination, though it looks like it might be kind of a bumpy ride and hard to hold onto that saddle if you're a little elf trying to take a ride out there at night. Look at the stem, which is very fluted. That's another indication that you've got the white elfin saddle if you do find them. But these white elfin saddles, they say that they actually shoot their spores out of the top of those caps or saddles rather than dropping them from below like most mushrooms do. But be on the lookout for these neat little saddles here now in September. Be on the lookout for these very cool looking coral tooth fungi if you're out for a walk in the woods now in the fall. You will find them growing on rotting logs on the forest floor. When I saw this one, it reminded me of a giant snowflake sitting there. But when you look at them up close, they've got lots of little teeth on those arms right there. And I guess they kind of look like a coral, or to me, maybe just, again, kind of a giant frost crystal. Believe it or not, these coral tooth fungi are edible. Now, if you can basically eat the whole thing once you kind of slice it off the log there. They do tend to be very chewy, with maybe a little bit of a nutty flavor if you get them when they're nice and fresh. But if they're starting to turn yellow or get a little bit old, they are going to taste really sour and bad. So if you're going to try to sample the coral tooth fungi, just make sure you get them when they're nice and new.